Okay, doke, so let's take a look at this. So this is post commentary for my latest PB for this. So the purpose of me doing this is mostly to kind of figure out where I went wrong. I know a couple places where I went wrong because I was quite raging fueled by the end of it. But you'll know the part when I get to it. I was screaming quite loudly, not largely. Although I wish I could do that as well. So, first level goes relatively well. A couple of pauses, a couple places where I could probably shave off a second. The problem is that that level is so optimized now that it's quite difficult to get below 36 seconds overall. But we can only practice and figure it out and see what we can do. So, World 2, if I recall correctly, went quite well. World 2, World 1. We're not in World 2 yet. World 1 went quite well. I've also got a little notepad here just to keep track of everything, so that one was fine. That was actually quite good. That wee roll there definitely helped. Okay, so for those that don't know the game, I should probably explain some mechanics here while I actually have the opportunity and I'm not playing the game, which means I have a lower chance of being distracted. Doesn't necessarily mean I won't be. So flying is a puzzle platformer, and the main concept is get to the top of the level as quickly as you can, using something called vision to help you get there, or various other abilities. So I'll explain vision later. I'll go through the characters first. So the blue character that you see here is flying. There are 4 in total that you can play, and you'll get the others as you progress through the game and unlock the different worlds. So flying's ability you'll see in the next level, and each character has their own special abilities. So flying, he can sing, and you'll notice these little blue bubbles. When we pass one or see one, I will point it out. But these little blue bubbles are basically like the life force of the world. So he's able to put these things into stuff. There's one of the bubbles there, the wee blue thing there. So he can use that to restore things. Slight optimization there, and it can be done. I need to also test this area out as well, that reminds me. So what these bubbles do, they're basically the life force, and he's able to put these things into objects, so he can like move objects. He can kind of, the singing also helps kind of like restore creatures, or at least makes them more courageous to poke their heads out at the very least. So that's the second chase level. That was a test 3 bubble step. Intentional death there, because the animation of Dyer, who's the guy that's just flying away there, scaring away the wee creature is faster than actually restoring the creature, which takes ages. Or that particular one anyway. And always got to remember to take a quick pause there, because I have rammed straight into that red nasty stuff on that wall. But going up those step things at the side there is slower after the animation than it is just to die. A lot slower. It's like, what? I've actually got the numbers here. Where's my purple highlighter? Where is it? There it is. So that particular one saves about 4-5 seconds. And the next one isn't until World 3, which saves 12 or something seconds. It's quite horrific actually. So here we're going to be seeing Flying's ability. So as you can see, he sings, he puts that bubble into that object and it shifts. So that's part of the ability that he does. I also need to test this to see if that's actually faster or not. Something to consider anyway. So that's that. You've also noticed me changing how the game looks right there, for example. So the game runs on something called vision, and you can change it from normal one, which is this, to the inverted, which is this. And in normal vision, bubbles are solid, which means you can't pass through them, but you can stand on them. In the inverted, it's the mist that you can stand on and it's solid, and the bubbles go invisible and you can pass through them. Unfortunately for me, my brain isn't very good at controlling when I change. So every now and then, you'll probably see this a couple times in this run, where I change at the wrong time and I end up killing myself. That's, oh yeah, bubble, jump and glide. Jump and glide. That's fine. So, that's that. Accidental pause there because I thought it was a chase level. Because in chase levels it's faster to hit start and then restart the level than it is to go through the animation of Dire teasing whatever poor creature he's teasing, basically. And this level here is essentially showing you how the bubbles work in terms of actually moving objects. So you need to carry this thing all the way to the bloody end. And it's a pain. Especially for this upcoming area. Well, not this area, but the next little bit. Where it tends to get stuck. Changed at the wrong time there. Which I need to stop changing when you don't need to. I wish I could do shorthand. Don't need to. There we go. This area was okay, if I recall. This level actually went surprisingly well. I usually do quite badly in it, but it went okay actually. Always wait for that block to fall down. It will crush you and it will kill you. That went really smoothly actually. That was the best I've done that. And it didn't get stuck. That block has a tendency to get stuck on there for some reason. I actually got stuck a couple of times. Or is that during practice? I can't remember. Oh, there's another one of those changes. Need to control the changes. Wait for it to fall through there. A faster strat is to stand on there and change. Unfortunately for me, I have never been able to do it very well. Because I need to actually sit down and practice it. That's something to practice. Block, ride, at end. Practice. There we go. That went really well as well, that section there. So that was actually one of the best times I went through that world. Not the quickest, I was off by a second, but certainly one of the quickest. Which is impressive for me. Okay, so we're on to the next, or the final chase level for this world. I think this went okay actually. I think I managed to get this first time. I'm slowly getting better at this one. Because one of the techniques is to go up on saying at that thing and then just jump up and you don't have to do this really tense awkward jump thing. But if you do that then you have to go the kind of longer way. Which I need to practice on actually jumping up there a little bit. So that's 7. Practice. What would you call that? I suppose you would call it a object lift skip. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. Going down here. Bloody bamboo sticks. Bamboo! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Taking my time through here because I have a nasty tendency to flip down to go underneath all the red nasty stuff. And then immediately flip up and then run into the stuff and then have to go through the death animation, which is slower for this world. So you want to try and get through this one deathless if you can. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad day. So there we go. So that sorted. Okay, so that world, apart from getting that lift skips thing so I can save a second or two. I think I missed one of the crates in this run actually. Did I miss one of the crates? I can't remember. I did this post commentary I did this run yesterday and yeah, see that's one of the blocks getting stuck. I've noticed it's been doing a lot recently. It's been really annoying. So, got that one. I think it was the last one I missed. Or was that on a failed run? Can't remember. So, this boss went okay, if I recall. Trying to be a little bit braver. I should really call that flying controller, like a flying DS or something, because you can see the gamepad and the buttons. Let's see. Was it this one I screwed up? Yeah, because the crate got stuck, that's what happened. Yeah. So make sure crate isn't stuck. Isn't stuck. However, if I can spell isn't. It's not that hard a word. Isn't stuck before saying it. Okay, so that was unpleasant, but jumped too early. Too early. Inside. See, it's really good to kind of, you know, sit down and analyse this. The interior went really, really well, actually. Apart from that one early death and a few missed jumps, it went really, really well. I think I got this one as well. Really, really well. Yeah. If only I'd gotten that first bubble, it would have been like, and didn't miss that wee jump at the second half, it would have been really, really good. So now we're into World 2. Let's go to World 2. But the rest of that went really, really smoothly. I'm upset that I didn't get a gold split, but at the same time, I missed the third crate, which is why it's not a gold split. Upset about that. Also, while I'm talking about splits, before I forget, I'm racing against my first PB here because the second/third that technically I can't count because I forgot to set OBS up correctly. This are on my laptop just now, and I couldn't be arsed pulling them over, so I'm just like, I'll just run against my old ones. It'll help keep me calm, because then I'm not, you know, racing against like my last PB, which I would have beaten anyway, but anything that stops me panicking is a good thing. So this is Lift. This is the second character you get, and as you can see, his special ability is to stick. I need to do this area a little bit more, just to become a little bit more confident. Just because I'm afraid. Yeah, you saw the wee hesitation there? That's because last time I just went down there and stuck. I went straight through, didn't stick to anything. I had to glide all the way back to safety and then redo all of that. Apart from, it was horrific. So that went relatively well. Be more confident. World 2 is probably my least favourite to do. It's not the hardest, but it's my least favourite to do. I don't like very many of the levels in this one. Despite the fact that Lift is one of my favourite designed characters. Even if his ability is terrible and clunky and never works half the time. You see, another thing I can do is I can try and jump and stick, but every time I've tried that in the past, it's never worked. I don't know how people manage to get the stick thing to work properly. Yeah, screwed up the helix. 2, screwed up helix. I think the rest of the level went relatively well. I didn't get stuck on anything. I did this bit correctly. I have a habit of kind of sticking on the walls opposite to where the safe sides are, so I end up having to kind of jump around the red nasty stuff. It's quite amusing. Glide underneath there, jump up there. Yeah, I think that might be a good technique because it gives me protection from fallen objects. Which is why the split's called what it is, because fallen Joanna is the creature, which is this thing here. And fallen is just to remind me, yes, there is fallen objects. They will kill you. be aware. So that one went okay apart from the helix. That's good. Anything else I need to... I should probably explain why I don't like lift stick ability. So, occasionally, you'll notice that what's supposed to happen is that when you activate your stick, you're supposed to gravitate towards the nearest surface, whether or not it's going to kill you or not. Unfortunately, lift has a nasty ability of not sticking when you want her to stick. Or him to stick. I don't know if they're boys or girls, I kind of alternate between them. I decided to be brave and skip the checkpoint here, but I forgot to change. Or I changed too early. I need to actually check that. Narrow slider. Check orientation before change. I'm pretty good with this section here. Orientation before change. There we go. And I went really, really high with that. I could probably have gone up through the top. And I used to be able to land on that as well. I need to work on that as well. Go up there, fine. Sometimes it takes for 2 tries. It's usually quite bad. I think this area was okay. The bamboo sticks that I like to... I don't know really what they're called. I call them bamboo sticks. They can be really, really difficult to navigate if only because the game doesn't recognise your inputs properly. Oh, I am never doing a 100% run of this game. It would absolutely slaughter me. My sanity can't take it. I've already got too little enough as it is. Sing twice. Down here. So yeah, I think this level went... The end of this level went really, really well because I was really good with my changes, actually. I actually skipped a cycle because normally I have to wait, but you'll see what I mean when I get down there. I was 11 seconds off second place. 11 seconds. I was gutted. I mean, it was a PB by like, what, 3 seconds, but I was still angry. That would be final area. Watch stick when getting bubbles. For lift, you'll notice that I'm jumping and sticking. I still need to test it, but I'm pretty sure jumping and sticking is still quicker than just sticking and running up, just because lift's movement is the slowest of all the movements in the game. I got a bit stuck there. I do actually need to test that to see, but yeah, I didn't coming out of, I don't know why, but coming out of that particular checkpoint, it just never recognises my jumping input when I do it. I was being very careful there because I died down the last run, which made me rage quit. Actually, that was semi-amusing, not at the time, but looking back on it, yeah. So, running up this side because you have to jump that way. Glide here, jump. This area I do need to practice. The lava that chases you is very, very quick. But I should, in theory, be able to get up here without sticking too much. I definitely know you can double jump up there, but I don't know if the stick's kind of safer. So, sphere, final area, test, jump only. That's fine. I'm just trying to find small optimizations in order to help me creep ever closer to get him first. Nails, practicing nails and getting that down is definitely going to help towards that, because Nails is my weakest character. But we have to wait and see. Now this particular level, this is one of these levels where if you screwed up that, watch changes. Now this area that I'm heading to now, yeah, definitely watch changes. Now there's 2 bubbles here. I've gotten that one, I got that one. If that second bubble gets all the way up to the top, you have to restart the level because the alternative bubble just takes too long. It's quicker to restart the level and do it again than it is to try and get that second bubble to work properly. I can probably do that area faster as well. But as I said before, I'm not so... I got stuck there. I tried to go right round instead of just jump, so... Jump, don't stick. Gliding, if I remember right, second? So, yeah. So this one, I was really unlucky. That bubble there, how it's kind of stuck in the red nasty stuff. And I screwed up that area as well, because I don't do this bit so much. Sometimes if you're really, really lucky, that bubble, or if you actually change it the correct time, that bubble, you can get both of them before it goes all the way up to the top. That time I wasn't, but I was fortunately preparing myself for that, because otherwise I would have returned to checkpoint, I have to glide back over, I would have lost more time. So I was prepared, but I just have to watch the changes. Right, I did this area really, really well actually. Because I actually managed to get up there and do the change. Yeah, that went really, really well actually. That was really good. Now, I just have to analyse this bit a little bit more in the future and then figure out what I did. I think it was because I switched off one of the changes which gave you enough time to actually get up there and grab that last white one to get me up to the green ones. This level makes me so nervous. Story time, I think, for this one. No, it's not 8, it's 6. This particular level, oh god, there's a cat coming down. He'll want food, which means I'll need to pause in a second. So this particular level gave me nightmares for the longest time because, yeah. What's wrong, Trub? Why aren't you sitting? Just sit properly. Silly cat. When I first started running this game, I was running mouse and keyboard. Now, I find keyboard, I would very nearly died there. I would have been very angry. Mouse and keyboard isn't as sensitive as controller, and particularly with me, I like analog sticks for these kind of games, which is why I'm looking forward to getting a keyboard with an analog stick. I will be the happiest person in the world, because then it'll be a lot easier to alternate between the two. And sorry, the cat's distracting me. What happened was that I was trying to do this area deathless, because once you do an area deathless, you unlock bonus levels. So unfortunately for me, I was struggling so hard with this particular level, so I ended up having to buy a controller for the it was my 360 controller that I still have and sometimes use, although I've migrated onto a PS4 controller, which is a lot better for me because I grew up on PlayStation, so I'm much more used to that controller than the 360. And I finally managed to do it, so this level still haunts me to quite a certain degree. Now, you'll notice I'm being very, very careful. That thing you just saw there is exactly why I'm very careful when I go over the edges of these things, because Lift will jump, and you don't expect them. It doesn't matter how slow or careful you take it, she will jump, and it will ruin your day. I'll finish this level, then I'll pause and go feed my cat. Otherwise it's going to get all moody with me. I don't want to deal with a moody cat. So this part went quite well. This part used to make me the most nervous. I still kind of stick to the way I've learned how to do, which is on this route instead of the other one. Because if you go on the other bubble that's on the right of the screen, you have to jump through that gap and then jump back over what I'm doing just now. I just find it easier to go on that one, stay on that one, stay on the bottom, and because you get to the same place at the same time anyway. It's an auto-scroller, you can't really go wrong with an auto-scroller. And I'm getting more and more confident because I'm taking that jump a lot earlier, although I missed that. This checkpoint here, I have fallen all the way down. So you jump up, but it forces you down past through the checkpoint, back down to the green checkpoint at the bottom, which is probably why they put that there. Bloody things. Right, I am going to pause and I'm going to go feed my cat. 2 minutes. God. There we go, now it's doing it properly. Bloody Sony face. Right. Cat is now fed, so I can now continue with this. Anyway, the auto scroll went well. I think this level went quite well as well. There is a skip in this level, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't try it because I've never gotten it to work. Because the problem is you have to trust Lift's stick ability. I screwed that one up. Pretty sure I just double jumped and got up there. Flying. Jump straight. Up. Plus narrow bit after. There we go. So there is a... I kind of changed my mind. So that kind of bubble area that I just phased through there, if you get on top of that, you do something called a triple jump, which is when you jump, but just before you touch the ground, you double jump again, or you jump again, and it gives you an extra jump, which is why we call it a triple jump. Unfortunately, I have never been able to get that to work, because what happens is you triple jump. Didn't really lose that much time because I still had to wait, I think. So you see that white bit that I'm about to jump onto here. If you use Lift's stick ability, it should attract you to that white surface, but it never does. Doesn't matter how close I get, and I've gotten damn close, it doesn't work. I don't know how people get it to work. I might need to try mouse and keyboard and see if I can get that. Right, here we go, boss time. Definitely the least favourite boss. I've only... is it my least favourite? Probably, yeah. World 4 is a close contender. And there's no music as well, because of the music glitch, so... While we go through this, I can explain that on... or a couple of the glitches. Why don't I go into glitch explanation, because it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, this game isn't very well coded. Let's just be blunt about that. So, you have a couple of main glitches that I need to be aware of. You guys probably don't have to worry too much about them. The main one is the one you're experiencing just now, which is called the music glitch, where music doesn't play properly for some reason. So, you're supposed to get music in every level, but after World 1, although I think it actually happened in World 1, which has never happened before, the music will suddenly just stop playing for no reason other than we don't like you. So I don't know why the game isn't coded very well, but yeah. So that's that one. The other glitch I need to be careful about is something I call the Niles controller glitch. Now there's a character called Niles who is the last one you'll get, and unfortunately, very rarely, it's happened to me once, maybe twice. No, definitely twice, because that's why I went back to the 360 controller, which worked for a time. So what happens is that with Niles, with his ability, which you'll see later, in order to control the direction in which you're going in his special ability, you usually just have to tap this analog stick in the direction that you want him to go in, and he'll immediately point to face that direction. Unfortunately, the controller glitch means that it will seem to think that you're in mouse and keyboard mode, which means it will, instead of, you know, pointing in the way it will slowly rotate around. So it's not the greatest thing in the world to deal with. The only way to fix it is carry a second controller and pray that works. Because nobody knows what causes it or how to fix it. It just happens. Yeah. or what my backup is, mouse and keyboard. Because the mouse will automatically do it, so I would have to hybrid it. Or something. I lost a little bit of time there because I died, but I did the smart thing and say, okay, it's going to take ages to get back around, we'll just do the next section. Interior, and that's the left ring practice. So I am going to be doing runs where it will be mouse and keyboard only, if only to experiment with what's available to me and see if mouse and keyboard's actually faster than controller. It might. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Okay, now we're going into World 3. Turn the page because I'm running out of space on my notepad. This is 3. So that's the Niles controller glitch. So yeah, either having a second controller or going mouse and keyboard is your only ways to do it. And if I get into ESA, I am definitely going to have to practice mouse and keyboard, because then if I get the controller glitch, I'm not screwed. It's not going to take me a lot longer than my estimate in order to actually, you know, finish the damn game. So that's something I need to figure out. Another glitch that you might have seen a couple of times. I utilised it once. Might not need the bubble. I do actually need to test that to see if that's actually faster. Bubble grab test. So, screwed that bit up as well. I don't normally screw that up, unfortunately, but I did that time. So, another glitch that you've seen me use to an extent is something called a stick glitch, or a corner glitch, or generally it's a glitch where you get a small boost for some reason. So what do I mean by that? In Lift's World, if you go back to 2.1, you'll notice that after I got out the first checkpoint and I released myself off the stick after jumping out of there, you'll notice how I seem to like launch forward a little bit. That's that glitch. I don't know how to control it. I don't know what causes it. You see it quite commonly on corners. You get stuck on the corner for a little bit and then you just suddenly launch out. I did see it in the final boss battle for Lift, where, oh, when was that? It was in the interior, definitely, where I seemed to like just suddenly launch quite quickly, which seemed a little bit strange. But that's that. So that's another glitch I need to try and figure out how to use, because it could save me seconds if I can learn how to control it and get consistent with it. Yeah, I screwed that one up. Now the lava chases you quite quickly in this section, so you don't really want to hang around too badly for that one. So there's a couple of things on that one. Is there any other major glitches? Yes, there's the stuck in terrain. You saw that with the sing block in the first boss level. You'll see it again when I get back to walk, maybe. Oh, I screwed this one up as well. I got so good. I got so good and I just completely screwed it up at the end. I changed. I bounced and I didn't change. I didn't change at that point. Watch changes. And then I just wasted even more time because what couldn't land properly, so I was just like, screw it, I'll just go the normal way. So, well, that didn't end too well. That added a fair amount of seconds. Even though I goal split in that term, it was definitely one of my slower times, just because I screwed up so much. Watch changes. Damn it. There we go. So, that's that. I think this level went quite well, actually. with Walk, who is this character, I don't think I've actually introduced Walk. Walk is this little character here, and his speciality is to turn into a bouncy ball. The bouncy ball that's impervious to red nasty stuff, unless it's chasing you. So, if it's chasing you, you're pretty scuppered. You still have to avoid it. That was a nice little boost that you got off there. This particular one, you can bounce off of it, but I found that if you destroy that last platform, you have to redo that section from the last checkpoint, and it's just not worth it. You can bounce off the first one, but after that, you're safer just jumping normally. This skips quite a lot doing this. Walk's bounce can be very difficult to control. Sometimes you think, why haven't you, ticked? But that's just how it is. Sometimes it just doesn't destroy what you want to destroy, or you'll start bouncing uncontrollably, you can't stop, or you try to refresh your bounce because momentum carries, and the longer that you stay in bounce, the less momentum you'll have. So yeah, this is why you constantly see me jumping in and out of bouncy ball mode, because I don't think I did this area too well. There was a lot of dancing around, yeah. Final break maze. Didn't do that so well. We intentionally die on this level because that section afterwards. Let me check the time, so I don't pull numbers out my arse. That is about 15 seconds slower if you actually restore the creature properly. So it's definitely not ideal. This level can be very finicky. The ground isn't smooth, which basically means that when you try to bounce, you'll go shooting off in some random direction that you can't really control. Like that. So it's unfortunate, but it is something that I need to work on and deal with, and maybe look into jumping and destroying rather than just straight bouncing, just for consistency's sake. Like that, maybe. Definitely something to consider. And then I think the rest of the level went really well. Consider jump, then ball to destroy. So yeah, I do recommend people sitting down and analysing your runs, because you're never gonna figure out how to get better unless you figure out where your main mistakes are, because there's a couple of things in here that I've forgotten I did. It'll be good to remember and then deal with it. Now, Walk's world is my favourite world. I think I die in this one, actually. I'm pretty sure I die and I lose a lot of time. Don't. Let's see. I think I'm one behind. Don't die. Damn it. And it was a really, really stupid way as well. Now that fallen rubble that you saw there, I have been able to glitch myself. I've actually been able to bounce all the way up to the top, so I like bounced off it like it was a giant wall. It's similar to what I did in that one level I completely screwed up in. Yeah, there we are. Yeah. I was so angry when that happened. I was furious. Because it was so BS. This game has a lot of BS deaths in it. Yeah, it's just something you're going to have to accept and get used to. But I think the rest... no, this section went a little bit pear-shaped. Because of that. I didn't time that so well. I think it was still faster than doing it normally, but... just made that. This went really well. Just because everything was actually in a good position, but I didn't tie. I wasn't very clean through the end. What was the time loss if I actually died? For this one, 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. Well, 2.5. But I also actually. I didn't die too far from checkpoint, so it wasn't so bad. I need to practice this level. This level has killed me so many times and it's so not fair. Why didn't I wall jump up there as well? I know how to wall jump now. Oh, this level gives you nightmares. So this is the introduction of red nasty gas, as I call it. Because I don't really know what to call the kind of trash, the red nasty trash. So yeah, this is the first introduction of this, and it's painful. This is... this level doesn't treat you very kindly. I probably could have jumped through there, but I was being cautious. I knew I was on a reasonably good pace, and I didn't want to risk losing it. 7, be braver. Also, I screwed up this little section here. I should have just like jumped through there and then did all of this. And then I accidentally jump into the whirlwind. Don't jump into whirlwind. To whirlwind. There we go. But it went well other than that, I think. This section's notorious for killing me. Because the problem is that if you unbounce yourself from there, you tend to die quite painfully. I died really stupidly here. I had all these changes. This wasn't the one where I turned flying and then jumped into the gas. Oh, it is that one actually. There we go. I thought it might have been the run. I can't remember. Oh my god. I do love this game, but it does hate me. Okay, time for my favourite boss, or the favourite external boss. The interior can give me nightmares. Like a lot of nightmares. So if you've ever played The Lion King on the Sega Genesis, or Sega Mega Drive like me, you can probably figure out why I called this Hakuna Matata. That damn waterfall. Don't go chasing waterfall, kids. It'll be full of logs and nightmares. So you need relatively good control for this one, but it's not too bad. Thankfully I didn't screw up any of the launches getting up these bounce sections, thankfully. I did screw up the interior though. I know I messed up in the interior quite a bit, but then again, when don't I? And I hate how there's no music. This is my favourite boss music as well. It's so good. I mean, technically I could play the music in the background now, but I don't think it would have the same effect. I tried to get it and couldn't. Probably lost a little bit of time there. Outside. Also missed that. Watch clearance. Inside. I think I've got a technique down for this bit here. Because what I used to do was what I was trying to do there was try and bounce off the star, but that didn't end up happening, so I decided, okay, screw this, I'm going to try bouncing off the top of the hammer, which sounds a lot better. Sounds more sensible than what I was trying to do. That went really well. I tried to get cocky and fancy and do swag straps at the end of this little section here, but I failed. I tried to bounce inside and yeah, just lost time. Don't do swag strats. No swag. Plus jump on top of hammer. On top of hammer. This section. Oh, I hate this section. I hate it so much. I have yet to get through this section completely deathless. Without some form of pain. I almost did it. The trick is to try and get on top of something so you can bounce from the top and get that bubble. It's just unfortunate. It takes a couple, like this, basically. You want to try and get up like that. There we go. Getting up through. I think this last one was a lot kinder. The last one was a hell of a lot kinder. As soon as I stopped bouncing. I tried to bounce it, which is why I started singing. I forgot I was flying instead of walk. But it was good fun. It was good fun. I love this boss. Okay, we're now on to World 4. Let the pain begin. Let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to Nails. Well, this goddamn little critter thing. And we get some music, finally. It randomly comes back for some reason. We don't know why. It just comes and goes when it so pleases. Gotta watch. Nails is definitely my weakest, if only because of how terrible he is. Hi, Trouble. How are you doing? Ah! Oh, sucks! Oh, I'm sorry. I went to go down and stroke my cat and he jumped up at the same time and he got his head battered. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go get you some dreamies. Let some dreamies make you feel better. And not be angry at me. Here you go, have some dreamies. Oh, cat. So I need to work on that block breaking part as well. Yeah, block breaking part. Good, I avoided the whirlwind. That can be painful. Very painful. Because I don't think you can return to checkpoint when you're in one of those things. I think this went quite well. Yeah, I actually got the height for that. Good. That's good. Excuse me. I did that quite well actually. That level wasn't too bad. I just have to work on the block breaking part. Sound glitch. That's kind of boing sound that you heard there. Oh, I die here as well, don't I? That's a sound glitch that's only recently started happening since I started playing flying again. Yeah, as you can see, you get a lot of BS. I bounced off the roof there and I just continued, it just slid to the side and then continued straight on. It didn't stop me. I probably could have gone then as well. I need to be braver. Need to be braver. Plus, not die. This is one of, unfortunately, this is work on aim. My aim was terrible in this run. It was absolutely horrific. I can also try and work on my changes there, and I just made that. Work on my changes a little bit and see if I can actually try and get through that little climb section a little bit faster. Don't die there. It's usually a nasty surprise for first timers. There is a faster way, which is to go past that very fast crusher. Unfortunately, I usually have very poor timing for that, so I just go around for safety. If I can figure out how to do that, I'll save a lot of time, but I haven't been able to figure it out, so. I've done it once. I know I can do it, I have done it once, but it's just, It's hard. Because it just goes very fast and I've not got the best reaction times. And now we get the first introduction of vision-based death. I could have... Right, okay, I've got to remember that I can land on that if I get stuck. So, very much like the bubbles and the mist, you now have hazards that are going to kill you in various visions. So this is a quick little skip. I'm actually getting better at this. If only because I'm figuring out my aim a little bit better. I think I only just made that, but it was still really good. That's the fastest I've done that level for a while. And now my least favourite chase level in the entirety of the game. That was fine, actually. I don't have anything to say on this one. I think I screw up somewhere. I don't die. I very nearly die, but I don't actually die. Yeah, that's what I did. I screwed up there. And I screwed up that as well. You see, I'm trying to be careful here because I do die an awful lot in this area. I screw up this bit as well. I don't die, thank God. Because I don't break through that, but I managed to save myself. Right, now, why is this my least favourite section of the entirety of the game? Because of the thing that's waiting for you up here. I'm a panicker. So when you have stuff chasing you, but the thing that's stopping you from progressing can also kill you, you're basically between a rock and a hard place. I don't like being between a rock and a hard place. It terrifies me. So I've been very, very careful. So, movement. You grab that thing. Because you have the time, you might as well grab it. So you can see how close, well not in this little bit, but after this little section, you'll see how close the kind of junk lava that's chasing you can get. Especially in the last little part of this. It's not fun. I'm at my most stressed in this part here. Or one of my most stressed. It's not fun. So, as you can see, it's right on my arse. And I'm not enjoying myself here. Because I need to remember to take a calm, deep breath. Because I have gotten to this point and then died because I ran out of rocket boost and couldn't break through the thing. But the lava had already caught up with me, so I couldn't land anywhere to recharge. And I had to redo all of that. I was so angry. I also screwed up the end. No, that was next level. You see, I tested this and this is quicker. I just missed it. If I glided at the end there, I would have skipped that. Practice last part. It's a bit hard to practice it because I die so often in that level. I need to figure out if someone can make a save state for this game. Because I sure can. Last part. How much time do you actually save? Is it actually worth it? 4, 2. Oh, excuse me, you are supposed to die for that one. Right. You are supposed to die for that one. Die. Big block capitals. Oh, this level went so bad. This level went so bad. It was bad. It was bad. So when I look at my notes, I'm like, okay, I need to practice this level. I forgot to go get the checkpoint. I was like, oh wait, hang on. I need to be braver, but I'm terrified. Be braver. Watch aim. Stop dying. Where's my highlighter? Actually, I'm gonna highlight the levels that definitely need work. And this is the one that definitely needs work. I did really well in it regardless. Definitely one of my better runs of it, but it's still... I thought I screwed that up, but it turned out I didn't, so I was like, yes! Oh my god. Died there because of BS. It took a second for the game to recognize. Oh, hang on, yes, you're dead. So that's just your general BS that you have to deal with flying. One, two, three, 1, 2. I should have rocketed to the ground. I still need to practice on my rocketing technique. I'm so angry. I did this bit okay. I realised I screwed it up later, but... And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm safe. And I get to this last little bit and just die. Oh, that was so angry. I don't actually hate this level. I think it's quite a nice level, but it's just, I just die. All the time. I just die. World 4 and World 5 are my weakest levels, definitely. Or weakest worlds. There's no question about that. But regardless, it's still not that bad. I'm still making up time. How much time did I make up actually? Not sure. I should actually start doing individual level splits so I can actually track to see how well I'm doing levels, so I can actually figure out which ones I'm doing really, really badly at. This one was okay. A couple of little movement mistakes, but I did this bit really well. I'm really getting this one. That was actually a really good place to stop as well. I just have to be a bit more confident with the rocketing. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. See, I did this level not that badly. I actually did quite well. But then I fucked it up at the end. Because nothing can go right for me. There we go. That was again another really good place to stop. I think this went okay. I just generally need to practice this one. Movement. Rocketing. And highlight it. I screwed this bit up as well. I've never screwed this part up, and yet I screw it up somehow. I don't... That's what I did. Yeah, I see what I did. I didn't jump. I rocketed immediately instead of jumping. So you see how I still didn't even do it right. And then this bit really screwed me over. How that didn't kill me, I don't know. That's what did me in. Oh, I was doing my nut. Last section. That last section was BS. I was so angry. And it gets worse. Because I can go. No, I can't. And then I didn't have anywhere to land, so I had to... How I did not die there, I have no idea. And at that point, I was just like, okay, screw it. Just wait. I'd rather get through this at a reasonable time rather than redo it all over again. And then this happened. I have so much time save. I can... And then I died for some reason because... Why not? I didn't even do it right the first time. Oh, this was so bad. So bad. Okay. 7. Was 7 at least okay? I can't remember. What was 7? I think 7 was okay. I think this... No, I died a lot in this one as well. Oh no, there was BS in this one. Yes. Last section. No, first section. I mean, that last death there that you just saw, that was intentional. Unfortunately, walk is a bitch. There we go. So yeah, I had fun, as you can probably tell. I think the rest of the level went fine. It was just that start that was just awful. So I'm more than capable of getting second. Also, I screwed that up entirely. I should have gone for Niles first. But no, I didn't do that because I'm a smart person. So I know what I'm doing. I play this game. Ugh. I have died there as well because of misclicks. I took that whirlwind. I should not have taken the whirlwind. Don't take whirlwind. And then walk wouldn't stick. You see how close I am? I'm hitting the stick button. She wasn't sticking. 'Cause she's a bitch. I almost died there as well because Lift likes to slide in the wrong direction to what you're pushing for some obscure reason. Also need to double check about double jumping. That section. Double jump to get bubble. And then it's just general Rockton movement I need to practice here. But it was fine other than that. It was just bad. It was just really, really bad. The last 3 levels were really, really bad. And I think the boss was also really, really bad. Oh, for God's sake. I can rock it. I know I can. I'm just not very good at it, so I've developed this technique in order to make sure I can still rock it and get half decent speed. And not die. This section here I'm okay with. I get super nervous with it, but I can still do it. Also need to make sure I rock it straight down like that so I can actually start running immediately. And I die here. Please don't die. Please don't die. Because I was in really, really good pace for this. Unfortunately, this last section here is where I most often die. It's this bit here. Like that. Did I die twice? I think I still gold split, which is what really makes me angry. It didn't deserve a gold split. I don't think... I can't remember if I gold split or not. But I was livid. I was livid. You see how careful I was with that? I didn't trust it. The interior for this guy, I can't do. I tell him to jump out and he never jumps out. can't remember that. I need to double check that time, but no, I didn't gold split. Thank God. If I gold split, I would have been furious. Right. World 5. 5-1. I actually get the triple jump off the first time. I was really, really shocked, but really, really happy at the same time. I can be a bit braver. I know I can be braver with this level. Because I know this level quite well, so I definitely can be braver. Now, these platforms coming up, they can be very, very finicky. It doesn't look like I'm jumping very long on them, and that's because they are so sensitive. Also got to work on rocket and movement here. And the reason for that is, yeah, my rocketing was way off, as you could see, is when you actually stand on them, they wriggle like no one's business. It's awful. So you really have to like spring off of them the instant you touch them. You're literally there to recharge your jump and nothing else. The second you touch them, you're gone. End of discussion. But it went really cleanly. This one, I think it went okay. It doesn't start falling apart until that level. I'm not looking forward to that. I'm half tempted just to shut off the mic so I don't have to commentate it and I can skip past it. Because it was a lot of BS. You know, lift not going where she's supposed to go. Up. But still, I think this one went really smooth. Next one I'm going to have to really study at some point. Like, actually tease it apart frame by frame to figure out what I did. Because it went so smooth. I screwed up that. Watch rocketing movement. Movement. I did really well, actually, in this little part. I could do being a little bit braver. But other than that, I did really well. And this section's not hard, I just had to remember not to change. I didn't do so well on the gliding bit, so I kind of screwed it up a little bit. Watch the changes as well. Watch vision changes. There we go. Still really, really good world. Really good level. Elevator skip. This went so well. I can't tell you how well it went. Apart from that start. Despite the start, it went really, really well. I don't know why. I haven't analysed it by frame yet. I will do that after this. Figure out how I did this magic. I mean, I can be braver. I know I can be braver, but I'm just... When you get to this point in the run... I screwed up that bit. I failed the lift stick twice. Failed lift stick twice. I'm getting a little bit braver with that section. I nearly died, but I still managed to do it. I think this section went okay. I probably could have bounced and made it. I didn't quite do that so well. There we go. I need to work on that bit. I know a good technique to make sure I actually break that quite quickly. There we go. Walk, bounce, control. Okay, so I think other than that, the rest of the level goes really, really smoothly. apart from that miss bounce. But that falls under walk bounce control. Bounce control to Major Tom. We found a problem. Okay, so thankfully we skipped one section, but now I'll show you what I mean by I did this section really well. Now's the sections tend to be my weakest, along with lift, only because it's lift. Lift is terrible. Could be braver, but I didn't trust myself not to be quick enough. Could have rocketed down. Rocket control. Right. This is what I mean by I did 3 times. It took me 3 tries to get through that. I have no idea how. I was stunned how quickly it took me to get through that. Stunned. But yeah, that was quite smooth actually, looking back on it. But now we're about to see where I lost about a minute and a half. 1.5 minutes lost because of this next level. I cannot describe the fury in my blood. I mean, it starts off all fine and dandy, everything's fine, everything's going well, haven't died, lift's somewhat behaving. Not dying to any of these changes. You know, generally got really good control. Lift's doing what she needs to do for once, as she gets up into that changer quite smoothly. I did take the safe way on this one, if only because I'm not very confident taking the dangerous way. You saw I started thinking about it and then went, nope, actually probably not for the best. And there's that kind of slip glitch again I mentioned. Here we go, here comes pain. That was my fault. I should have realised, wait, you're in the red nasty stuff. What are you doing? Let the pain begin. You see, it starts off well, and you're like, oh, what are you talking about? You're already halfway through it. Until it doesn't recognise that I hit change. And then I die there. Not just once, twice. By this point, my blood's starting to simmer. And then I miss change. By this point, I'm almost ready to kill somebody. And I'm like, right, okay, well, I'm safe now, I can change. We'll break and then change. Unfortunately, I slid in the wrong direction. And then I'll try to land. Do it again. And it does the same thing. It slid me in the wrong direction for no apparent reason. And then I die there. Again. Because I rocket too far. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to murder someone. It does it again. I'm at this point ready to murder myself. Or would that be classified as suicide? Probably. And then I die here because for some reason I start slipping and sliding like a bar of soap. And I couldn't control it at all. Nothing I did controlled it. And then finally I get to this point, I'm like, oh, thank Christ, I'm here. 1.5 minutes gone to that one section. 1.5 minutes. I would have second by this time. But no! The game wasn't going to give me that. At this moment in time, I am so flippin' furious. And then I die there, because why not? Who doesn't like seeing Uni in pain? I was in a lot of pain this day. A lot of pain. It doesn't even get the worst part yet. I mean, that was the worst part, but it doesn't get any better because then I've got this section to worry about. And this section's a bitch! Like, I want to kill the level designer for this level. Because it's so mean. I mean, that death didn't really cost me anything in the long term because I was still waiting for the platform to come back around, but, you know, still. And then this section. I'm just like, platform move so I can actually try and do something. Because my usual technique was to go up on the right side where you see that big square block one. Unfortunately, I kept falling down the hole, so I decided I don't want to do that anymore. But my changes are so terrible that I can't get up here. Oh my god, this level was so bad. I haven't even written any notes for this because I've already analysed this level to death and back. I'm just going to put bad. Why am I writing dad? Bad, 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 bad. I tried to do lots of A's, but my hand decided to try and do M's instead. Bad. Highlight the entire row. The entire row. Big bright purple. Oh god, I'm glad that level is now over because then I can try and improve the rest of the run. That was a terrible level. I'm dying inside. I think this one went not too bad actually. I failed the lift skip once, but that I only missed it once was not bad, although I screwed up another section, which I haven't screwed up in a long time. This section was fine, because at this point, my blood's just like, okay, put it behind you, calm yourself down. So this is the lift skip. The problem is that you have to make sure you jump at the right time, and in the right direction, otherwise you don't hit it. I don't know how I died actually. When you look at this, you're like, how are you alive? I don't know how I'm alive. Didn't complain, I'm just like, oh sweet, yeah, I'm alive. Being very careful because I've died here so many times because I tried to land on something and something nasty was waiting for me at the other side. Out of sight where I couldn't see it. This went quite well. I paused a little bit here, but I still managed to recover it just fine. I'm getting more confident with these drops now that I know where I'm going. Roughly. Still gotta check. Still gotta make sure that you're safe. But it's definitely, I mean this one's because it's narrower, you're a bit more careful, but still really, really good overall. Then we get into the next section. I unfortunately missed Niles's. Niles' start is bad. So you're supposed to jump and then rocket. I didn't jump and rocket, I just went straight into rocket mode. Because screw me brain. Oh, I hate this section. Well, not this section specifically, but I don't like lift section in this level. They get me so stressed. So this section went okay until I get to here. I'm like, okay, jump in here, it's fine. Over here. Unfortunately, Walk died because I misclicked, so I had to take the long way around, get back into the changer, and then do it instead of, you know, jumping straight into the changer. So I'd already be halfway up this wall by this point. Don't let Walk die. The mustache pushes could be better. You'll notice that I'm kind of gliding into it because I can get a stronger push with it. But I'm being very cautious because I have died a lot here. And I waited here because that thing would be coming back and pushing it back, and then I would have been angry. But it worked out in the end, so. Still very careful descent. I caught the bottom there, but I managed to get it on the side the second time. So generally speaking, this level went relatively well. Relatively well. Better than usual, actually. Which is saying something, as this level can go quite horrifically wrong. And I have had it go horrifically wrong. So we got the teamwork level and then the chase level. So this next level went okay, I think. The only major mistakes was coming out the changers properly, and I had one kind of BS death that I couldn't really help. Well, I could have, but I didn't. Also this section, because you know, why not? Why not just have a little wild bounce around, and then you try to go back through and then end up not doing what you want, and you know, it's flying being flying is what that was. Unfortunately, we can't really do very much about it, and it's time to die because she forgot how to stick. I did not let go of the stick button, by the way. What happened there is that you went round the corner, she lost her grip, or slid and lost her grip thanks to that glitch, and then decided, oh, we're gonna go die now, because that's what Lift does. Lift makes you cry. I think the rest of the level went okay though. Don't let Lift die. Let Lift. I can't remember if I could spell Lift die. There we go. Time for another little skip. Normally you're supposed to let this bubble actually go all the way up in there, but we actually, because it goes so slowly, we actually managed to steal it away. Just in time. I'm sure the creature will forgive us in the end. We make it better. This section went okay. A little bit slow in the changes. But I think that was mostly because I was worried about that kind of white mist platform. Oh, this bit, I kind of screwed this section up a little bit. I forgot what I was supposed to do and I started running on ahead with walk, and then I was like, oh, wait a second. Don't forget to return with walk. I don't like this section. I have to practice free falling through this section, because it will get me through there a lot quicker. But it's a bit nerve-wracking, as you can imagine. You have to be very good with your changes, and as you have seen, I'm not good with my changes. Oh yeah, there was the block pushing bit. Block push was terrible. Was terrible. Terrible. There we go. With a U. I pushed it so lightly in there, it took ages to get in. And then I returned and I was like, oh, I'm done. Wait, no, I need to sing. Crap. So I lost a little bit of time there. Then I did the wrong thing. Then I died. So it's me just being me with nails, so nothing new there. Oh no, the chase level. Oh, this was horrible. It was horrible. I thought I got Niles' section down, and I didn't. Then I forgot I wasn't supposed to die for this one. I don't think I was supposed to die. Where's my times? My boss run times. There we are. Nope, I wasn't supposed to die. Although, you don't lose that much time. It's only like half a second difference. Or half a second, half a minute. Or is it? No, that is seconds. Yeah, it's only like half a second shorter. So it's not even that bad of a I think the World 5 was one of these ones where the last part can be so awkward to navigate, it just depends. At that point I was like, oh hang on, do I have to die for it? So I died. Didn't really have to worry because I was going to die later on anyway, but thank you, Niles. Much appreciated. Did I die here? Yeah, I did die there as well. That really pissed me off. No, I died here a couple of times, didn't I? No, I think it was only that one. But yeah, I definitely died there. That made me quite angry. Lift section. Death. I think walks went okay. Walks was actually really good because of the timing of everything. Apart from that, actually. And I had no bounce left. I had no momentum. And then I fell down, so... Walks was also bad. And then I missed that timing because I was impatient and trying to be swaggy. Yeah, you can see me running around like a maniac because I don't want to go back to checkpoint. Then finally get down there. Then we come into hell. Maybe I should call this Welcome to Hell. Because I'm like, okay, that's fine. Do that. Take a nice deep breath. Rocket. Rocket. Unfortunately for me, I die. And then it starts the momentum of how many times can I die in a short space of time. A lot is the answer. So we're at 2 now. 3. Pretty sure I die here another time. Yep, 4. Or is that 2 times? Yep, there we go. 5. What else have we got? I died here now. Yeah, I ended up having to return to checkpoint for that one. That was technically not a death. It was still really, really, really painful though. I almost had it the first time. I just had to do what I did here and glide. If I just glided, I would have been fine. So yeah, that first death with lift was completely unnecessary because I was going to die eventually anyway. Maybe I should do that instead. If I'm going to die, die with Niles. A little bit slow getting rid of that cutscene. And time for the final boss fight. I think this went actually quite well, which is rare. Because I usually die in this little section here quite a lot. Because I'm quite bad at judging when the fallen objects are going to hit me and where they're going to hit, just because they're coming at an angle. But yeah, I wasn't that surprised not to have boss music here. Just because I hadn't had music for the majority of the game. So, I wasn't that surprised. I do need to see if I can try and do what the world record holder did and get the fist in such a way that it will destroy, but there's enough of a gap that I can sneak in between the post and the fist, but he'll still destroy the post. I can run immediately before waiting for his fist to go back up. But it's something I'm going to have to look into. There's a lot of things I don't understand about the world record. I'm going to have to ask if he, like for example, does he use mouse and keyboard or controller? Because his nails rocketing is something out of this world. I have no idea how he does it. This section went a lot better than in the my last PB. My last PB was terrible. I'll tell you why in a minute. So here you have to destroy this wall so you can get through. But you also need to get onto the other side, which is why I'm sticking here, to get rid of these red blocks, because you need to unlock a pin basically that's further up. And that will then drop a platform that's safe for you to crawl up, so you can continue on, which is here. What happened was that after I got this thing to fall, I jumped a little bit too low, so you see that I'm actually jumping quite high, and you see how lift moved down a little bit before it moved up. And that was because just lift being lift. Which unfortunately for me meant that... And the lava didn't actually chase me up here. I was very confused about why it didn't chase me there. It eventually caught up, but it's usually a lot closer than that. But what happened was that I actually went underneath the bottom half of it. So I actually ended up getting... It was either crush damage or the trash damage. I haven't quite decided which one it was. Probably trash. But it was enough to kill me. And then the interior didn't go so well. The drop interior didn't go so well. Drop was bad. It took me 3 tries to get through this because I dropped way too close there. And I probably could have salvaged it. No, I could have salvaged that one actually. I was just far too low. So I was far too low for that one. I could have salvaged this one had I not been impatient. Because I misunderstood what was happening in this section coming up. Thought I could squeeze in there and I couldn't. There just wasn't enough time. So let that be a lesson to you kids. Don't quite know what the lesson is, but you have to like be careful. There is gaps where you can do it. It's just unfortunate that it isn't at the sides. But after that I managed to get through it. And I started going, right, I'm going to be braver. And then I didn't end up being braver. Just because I'm like, okay, I'm actually like really close to a good time. I didn't think I would be as close to second as I thought, as I was. I didn't do so well in this section because I immediately jumped instead of, you know, prepping myself for it. But I still did really well. I'm actually really glad I got this section down. I'm really happy I made it actually. But although I did start bouncing up, which was a bit... which did annoy me a little bit, but... But it's still a really good interior overall. Didn't quite get fast enough on that one. That went well though. I think I should try experimenting going from the other side, because every time I come up from this side, this guy's always coming up, which means I have to wait a little bit longer, so I might want to try going the other side. Nail section, try right side on vertical climb. I did not realise how close I was to second at this point. I knew I was close, which is why I was getting a bit panicky, because like I'm like really eager to get going here. And there we go. And that was me clicking off to figure out, okay, what the hell was the world record? Alright, so overall, it was a not bad run. That's definitely the fastest I've ever done that level. As you can see, I did that in 5 minutes 40. That's the fastest I've ever done that level. Ever. Also the less deaths ever. So, definitely doing a lot better in terms of getting this guy sorted. So, I will see you guys later for the next run, when I should hopefully get second. Maybe.